Ever wondered how much safer your work at height operations could be? Imagine a world where every potential hazard is detected before it becomes a problem. Meet Tracker AI's smart PTZ camera system. This isn't just any camera, it's a game changer in work at height safety. Safety is paramount, right? It's the foundation of a productive and happy workforce. Despite stringent regulations, accidents still happen. Traditional methods often fall short in preventing these incidents. Enter Tracker AI's smart PTZ. This advanced system is designed to fill the gaps left by outdated safety measures. Tracker smart PTZ cameras deliver unmatched oversight so you can spot hazards before they become accidents. Offering 24/7 monitoring, it detects work at height safety hazards instantly, no matter the time of day or night. Think about it. Real-time monitoring, automated alerts and even fall detection. It's like having a safety manager who never blinks. Real-time alerts trigger immediate action, ensuring that potential dangers are addressed before they escalate. Automated surveillance significantly reduces human error, making your work site safer and more efficient. It even detects PPE and welding work compliance, ensuring that all workers are properly equipped. Ensure every worker goes home safe. That's the ultimate goal, isn't it? Ready to elevate safety? Stay safe, stay smart. With Tracker AI, you're not just upgrading your equipment, you're upgrading your entire safety culture. The Tracker Smart PTZ camera features advanced AI algorithms that are constantly learning and adapting to new safety challenges. With 360-degree rotation and high-definition video, it covers every angle, leaving no blind spots. You can decide which areas to cover, what to detect in each area through a simple online procedure without ever leaving your seat. Through the setup, you can monitor what is happening on the ground in real time remotely. In a recent case study, a manufacturing plant reduced accidents by 40% after implementing our system. Features include night vision, advanced monitoring for PPEs, work at height and welding activities, including real-time analytics, making it a comprehensive safety solution. Our team of experts ensures the highest quality and reliability, constantly innovating to meet your safety needs. Plus, our dedicated support team is here to assist you 24/7, ensuring that you get the most out of your investment. Join the revolution in safety with Tracker AI's smart PTZ camera system. It's time to take your safety measures to the next level. Visit tracker.live to learn more and get started today. Together, we can create a safer, smarter future for everyone.
Welcome to another episode of Hakla Podcast. In this session, we are going to explore Safety 4.0 and its transformative impact on workplace safety in manufacturing and other asset-intensive industries. As industries evolve with emerging technologies, the way we approach safety must also adapt. We will delve into the typical challenges faced by workers, the concept of Safety 4.0, the latest emerging technologies, real-world use cases, and the best practices for successful implementation. We are thrilled to have with us today Mr. Rajesh K. Rajesh sir is a digital transformation leader having 30 years of industry and consulting experience in areas of smart manufacturing, intelligent asset management, and industrial worker safety. He is currently leading smart manufacturing practice in Capgemini. He is OHSAS auditor and personally managed multiple Industry 4.0 and Safety 4.0 initiatives across the globe. I am really thankful to sir to have joined us today, and I would request you to please introduce yourself for our audience.
Thank you, Amber. As you mentioned, this is Rajesh, 30 plus years industry experience, having both industry as well as consulting, IT consulting. If we say my experience evenly distributed, I started from as a maintenance engineer from Lafarge, then worked into multiple SKF as a reliability consultant, then moved to IT, and I worked majority of all our consulting, be it Accenture, IBM. Currently, I'm leading smart manufacturing practice in Capgemini, and I am also global SME for asset management as well as industrial worker safety, connected worker
Right.
areas. Yeah, this is very quite interesting. I would like to share some of the experiences where we have interacted with our clients, and you can share some examples.
Sh- Sure,
Thank you.
sir. So, yeah, so I started this podcast show as a medium so industry leaders can share their experiences with our audiences. So, let's get started for today. What are the most pressing safety challenges faced by workers in manufacturing and asset intensive industries today?
So if you see the name, the manufacturing or asset intensive, they are intrinsically work risk operations because they work with very heavy equipments, work in confined spaces, work at height, uh, and exposure to heat, noise, dust. So it may vary from industry to industry. Say for example, you will face more threats of metals and mining and like this type of exposure to heat and dust, or whereas in some other industries where comes to proximity to rotating equipments, so there is a inherent risks involved in day-to-day operations. And if you see, if I go to some statistics, last year some industry national safety records, there is like almost a 4.2% of GDP or 12.5 lakhs crore annually we spent on this incident related expenditure and all this. If I say what are the reasons, basically I can say one is the poor infrastructure. Uh, Although we say there is a safety first and all this, but we have seen like particularly industries will have not have a proper ventilation systems, proper exit routes, or uh, proper safety equipments installed at right places. Although there is a lot of thrust on VOSA's safety, but still there is a gap. Second is skill gap. People are working but still not exposed to new area techniques, new area of technologies, and surprisingly adoption of the new technologies also in safety is very less, I can say. The reason may be the not building the right business case. Still I can say, although we say safety first, zero LTIFR, majority will see safety as a regulatory compliance rather than a potential area where it improves your operations, it improves your reputation. So that's why the investments are very less. So I can say these are the couple of challenges. And culture also, like we have somehow, particularly in India, we can say we will take it as a granted sort of thing. Like safety we will say, but practice is something. Like maybe I will take one example. I was working for some of the steel plant when we are doing assessment. So I come across for a particularly the smelter area where this ladle tracking and all this, there is a restricted entry, there is a barrier, so where only authorized people will go. So I have seen that. So barrier is continuously open. What they did is one person will go will slash open, then they put a some drum so that people will go freely. So I asked, what is that, sir? Every time we need to go, it takes a lot of time. So that's some sort of safety culture. The how we look as a, that is also need to be improved. These are the, I can say, choke points in terms of safety in current setup.
Right, sir. Right, sir. Yeah, I totally understand that.
Hmm.
So, how do traditional safety practices in these sectors differ from the emerging concept of Safety 4.0?
Yeah. See, traditionally safety, as we discussed, right? It is like, although we take it, is becomes a only a sort of reactive one where safety manager will have a lengthy checklist. He will go and do the checklist, filling incident management forms. I don't know how much data really we are using for a proactive steps. It is a more of a compliance one. I can say it is a more of a reactive one. Um, Whereas there is a paradigm shift comes to safety 4.0. It is like this name itself comes in lines of industry 4.0, applying the industry 4.0 principle, where you have a workers, the equipments, the systems come in a common place, where in a real time collaboration, so that not in a reactive mode, but in a more of a proactive and predictive manner. That's the key differentiator when it comes to safety 4.0.
Right, sir. So I was just thinking, how does the industry come up with this safety 4.0, safety 3.0? Is there a certifying body or who gives these names?
Okay, so just it like see when this time industry 4.0 concept came, right, everywhere this adoption of the these principles comes. So in the area of safety, it became as a safety 4.0. Not like that exactly, it is a fourth industrial revolution, but it is a subset of
Okay,
industry 4.0.
okay, I see. So, sir, can you define for us safety 4.0 and how it is reshaping the landscape of workplace safety?
Correct. So yeah, as you rightly mentioned, it is not like industry 4.0 a proper definition, but it is like applying of industry 4.0 principles. So I can say there will be, like we can say, four underlying principles. One is proactive predictive manner rather than a reactive manner. That is the one of the basic principle for safety 4.0. Second is moving from intuition based to database conditions. So here you will in safety 4.0 you leverage multiple emerging technologies, you will collect the data. So rather than intuition, you will take more a database decisions per reaction. And one more thing is you keep human as a centric. Like, how do you enable your frontline worker to do his job in a safe and effective manner? For that, what are the technology, be it require collaborative platforms or advanced technologies, but ultimate aim is how do we enable him to do his job very effectively, safe and so that finally one of the major difference I can say is conventionally safety is safety managers or ehs department. No, safety 4.0 is everybody's. It is a cross functional ownership. So that's why whenever I say, okay, well, how we will go for a digitalization and safety or safety 4.0, will say it is not a simply upgradation of bringing new technologies. It is a shift how we approach organizations approach towards the safety. That cultural concept differentiation is nothing but safety 4.0. Yeah, if you address, so I will say these are the four guiding principles for the safety 4.0.
Right, right, sir. So, in last 6 months or a year, I have seen that many industries are going fully
Hmm.
automated, deploying
Yes.
robots. So the human-centric approach or the human factor, do you think it's diminishing as the factory move towards fully automation?
So generally, where your robots or cobots are coming, if you see, where you human is very difficult where environment like hazardous environments, particularly robots or AGVs you are using, particularly in metal industry. You are more now thrust for AGVs where hot metal transportation or using the drones for high stack inspections or where human approach is very very risky. So I can say it is not replacing, it is actually uh, helping him to do his job and in a safe manner, because ultimately you are the guiding them and you are taking that inputs for effective decision making.
Right, right. So it's more
Enabler,
of an
yeah.
enabler role. Right, right, sir. So how does AI and
Hmm.
machine learning play a role in improving the safety monitoring and real-time
Yeah,
risk
very
assessment?
good. So if you see, AI is a very very vast. So you can say normal AI where you will use artificial intelligence, machine learning algorithms uh, to analyze the data you collected from real time or historical data. Then you will uh, understand, assess, and then you can give your recommendations what should be the corrective steps and all this. Second is now thanks to this computer vision, AI empowered computer vision is lot of traction in industry, particularly PPE compliance, where particular person entering that zone has a necessary PPEs, so that you are preventing some of the near misses. You are proactively monitoring on that. And second is proximity, like particularly in and around forklifts or some cranes, where proximity you can able to monitor and see that. That is one accept. But after recently I have seen adoption of gen AI in front of safety GPTs and safety chatbots or even agentic AI. Now a lot of
Okay.
inquiries coming, and we are working in fact on these topics, particularly for recently only. I'm working for one of the leading aluminum. I can't name the player. So
Hmm.
what they told is, see, we have so many systems, so many processes. Same for how SOPs to handle one of the crane in smelter area or potline area to carbon area is entirely different. So many process and the data stored in multiple things. And although we are giving a training, is there any way like I know what should be taken at a glance? So we built some sort of safety GPT. What it does is, say for example, I have to go and do the maintenance at the pot lines. So I can ask that, see, I am going to do this work. Please let me know what are the right SOP I need to follow. What are the PPEs I need to take? What are the precautions? So it will give you me a customized view. So you need to do step by step so that there is no confusion. Okay, I should follow this SOP or this SOP. Second, even I ask, okay, tell me in last nearby, what are the type of near misses happened in this area so that I can able to take or some incident happens. So I can get that information. Accordingly, I can able to take a right decision. So this is we're still building it, and we are planning to make this as a more of an interactive. Say for example, nowadays everywhere the computer vision is there, and you are getting a lot of data from IoT and all this. So using the
Right.
data, if there any abnormality, this chatbots informs the safety supervisor or safety engineer. See, I have noticed this. Do you think that I should raise a alarm or I should raise an incident report? Then he can analyze. He can either discard or you can say. Then he can immediately you can say yes, raise the incident and assign to that person. So then the agentic AI comes. Even one of the I heard one of the refinery in US, of course, they are using the agentic AI to check the contractor onboarding, like whether they have a required certifications, the qualification to do this job, and the basic level, first level. Same way, even Lotto processes checking to map it. If there are any violations, they are informing. So that way, AI is, I can say, gradually, but widely adopted in this safety area.
Right, sir. Those are really, really, yeah, important and from the ground examples. Many of them I've never heard, but I think this is a really good area of innovation.
Yeah,
So,
a lot
yeah.
of startups also coming in this area, and I've seen every time a lot of focus and focused solutions are coming in safety area. Mhm.
Right, right, right. So, sir, wearables and IoT devices are becoming more common. How have these technologies improved personal safety and hazard detection on the
Yeah.
factory floor?
So if I want before AI, foundation is your IoT and wearables. So if you can say
Hmm.
IoT, which can be measured for workplace condition monitoring, like your temperatures, noise levels, gas exposures, particularly in mining and all this oxygen levels, underground mining. How so you can able to monitor all this, and is there any abnormality, you can able to alert it. Um, and second is you proximity detection. Like one of the example again, I will say this is happened in Australia. So uh, there they have a cement plant, they have quarries as well as the plant. So they have noticed a lot of accidents while taking over the dozers and dumpers. particularly reversing. There is a man-to-man, man-to-machine collision as machine-to-machine. How do you address? So we installed IoT-based solutions. If it comes a certain distance, both drivers or the man and operator get an alert, and a sound also, both haptic as well as alarms. So that way we developed. So IoT is one is monitoring the conditions, workplace conditions, as well as this type of things happen. Second, wearables is a next level, particularly be it so many comes as like smart watches to tags and smart helmet and all this, where you can able to monitor your body parameters, vitals, uh, and you can able to real time locate the person. So what happens, particularly these industries where you are working in a confined space, or you are working in a heights, suddenly fall happened, so most of the times we don't know. Sometimes some other person will go. Whereas with the wearables you will know if height impact, or if there is any some gases thing happen, lone worker, so where there is fault, so who is the nearby worker we can able to take. Even again the proximity, man to machine, whether it's coming too near. So there, this is I think it's a really a paradigm shift in the safety wearables.
Mhm.
um, uh, Even you can use to restrict the persons to no area, like say you can define the zones, and zone wise you can alert. Suppose I am this person, I should not go to that restricted area. So if I
Right,
go, I can able to get proactive alarm to me as well as my supervisor. Rather
right,
than
right.
going there hitting and raising incident, you are proactively stopping him. So that
Mhm.
is another also one of the key advantage I can say wearables.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Those are really
yeah,
life-saving and important.
correct, that's
Yeah.
particularly I can say wearables has changed the way the safety earlier yeah.
Right, right, right. So, sir, taking a step even further
Mm,
and going to augmented reality and virtual reality.
mm,
So, they are being adopted for various use cases.
mhm.
Can you share an example of how AR and VR have been integrated into safety training or hazard identification?
Exactly. So, particularly, I'll start with VR, virtual reality. This is widely adopted. I think, say, out of all this, maybe AI now recently adopting, but VR, I have seen long time, even 5 6 years back itself. VR is widely adopted. Same that Australia-based cement company I was telling, right. After this, IoT installation, also we thought there is a need for training. So we built a training program, a virtual reality based training program. Any new driver, new person coming, he has to undergo the training. Where all the simulation scenarios, which you can't do in real time, because that is very risky. Uh, so you build that type of trainings, and you will undergo the training. Once you pass, then only you are going to put into the operations or real world. I understand even India also, so many companies have started building using the virtual reality for this multiple training programs. And the advantage is like some of the scenarios you can't train on job training, whereas virtual reality like chemical spillover, how do you come in case of some emergency, how do you come up with emergency. So that's where you are building. Even I heard Shell or all this build this type of trainings. Coming to augmented reality, it is more towards helping the worker in the field in terms of instructions, or laying the real-time information while in the, so in terms of safety and all this, or remote guidance. So that's the way augmented reality is, like remote SME support or remote guidance to do that. That way augmented reality is used. Whereas virtual, it is completely for trainings. Even
Right.
surprisingly, public sector I felt it is lagging, but one of the national aluminum company, one of the company, government company, they approached. See, I want to build a training program so that all my visitors who comes to when they are going for a plant, be it vendors or consultants, I first I will train them, then only I will allow them
Mhm.
to go there. I will issue the pass there. That type of leverage is there in VR.
Right, right. That is a very proactive and good concept.
Yeah.
So, sir, talking about all the technologies
Mm,
and the AI and AR, VR, the important point comes down to adoption. Like in India, which is a price sensitive country,
mm,
we have two segment of companies which are SMEs. So we have startups, SMEs, and then we have large scale companies.
mm.
I, according to me, I think large scale companies do adopt these technologies much faster. But how do you sell these technologies to SMEs who don't have that much budget?
Okay, so first of all, uh, so it is not a selling. Actually, that's what. If you see safety as a compliance, then this problem comes. So trick lies to make a proper business case. So if you put a proper, I can say, safety places, methods in the place, automatically your utilization will go, your productivity will improve. Maybe I would like to address with again an example. Like in West Coast Refinery, I think 2 years back, during turnarounds, they have always a problem of uh, exceeding their schedule and budget. When you oil refineries, they take a turnaround for certain period time. They will execute all maintenance, repair, overall activities. So they will bring lot of contractor workforce and outsiders. They will do majority of time. This will be schedule creep, budget creep, and lot of contractor overspends and accidents, major mayhem, so many accidents, incidents. So how do you avoid? So they came as a safety. So we built a basic, that time we haven't gone through hi-fi any solutions, basic uh, mobility based tracking solution, which each worker we need to say assign the work order to, he will go, he should be monitor where he is there, and he is a lone worker who will track the conditions. If suddenly he is not moving for a long time, means there is a risk or something like that. uh, that type of basic things we mentioned. See, surprisingly, one is lot of accidents reduced, incidents reduced. Moreover, that range time has increased by 20%. Means because these people are allotted, these people are going there, they are doing the work, so they know, and you are knowing that exactly where they are not here and there, and safety is there, so automatically the productivity has improved. That's where even BTM is, what is your current pain problem in workplace condition, how it is impacting. One is accidents and all, but how it is impacting your production life. See, one accident happens, there is a stoppage, there is a regulatory fines, all this. So
Right.
making a right business case is the key.
Yes, that
Mm,
is, I think, the most important part of safety advancement,
mm,
I guess.
correct.
Okay, yeah. So moving forward, what are some of the challenges companies face when implementing Safety 4.0 technologies, particularly when transitioning from traditional method to this new concept?
Yeah. So major is, I will say, change management. So this particularly IoT wearables, although they are very, very beneficial, people still think that it is intrusion to their privacy. Say, are you monitoring? Are you supervising? No, that is not the case. It is for you. That changeral cultural aspect is one of the thing. Second is this safety 4.0 is like we talked, right? It is not an intuition based data back. So you should have a data, right data. Otherwise, all our whatever you are building. So currently we struggle with the legacy systems, not having a right solutions or siloed data. That is another area. So I can say change management. Second is legacy systems. When you have this data and all this, then the cyber security, another major problem. Mhm. Because
Right.
see, you are prone, like particularly out of all this, the IoT security currently you have a weak passwords, this sense, particularly
Hmm.
these industries where and all this.
Right, right, right.
Fourth is this one, investments.
Mm-hmm.
Management still thinks that, okay, what should I get? So again, the business case is one of the key challenge I can say. And last one is skill gap. Out of this is skill gap.
Okay.
Even you give all these things, people are still not trained on the new technologies used. So training is the major thing, like adoption of the new technologies, change management. I can say these are the major things. Slowly, once you address this, remaining things can fall in place.
Right, sir. So we already talked about the business model,
Mm.
but I want to address also the education or skill gap.
Mm.
So, does this skill gap, do you think it should come from schools, universities? There should be skill schools. Like, how do you think we can address this in India?
See, one is institutions fine. Second is so-called the generally I say the digital transformation office and all this. Before going anywhere, they should start this type of trainings. Like when I was doing not the safety industry 4.0, when we did a assessment and give the roadmap, I told before going for anything, let us start a letter, weekly communication letters, like
Mm-hmm.
newsletters, saying that this is the industry going on, these are the trends, this is the your competitors are adopting, this is the advantage. A sort of
Mm-hmm.
educational, bringing them into the loop. And
Context, yeah.
uh, otherwise, see, there is always a gap. The moment I say wearable, okay, you are tracking me. So that so I can say this is a gradual trainings,
Right.
bringing the outside in view. Then if required, you can bring some outsiders, but it is starts from the inside and make
Right.
them owners.
Mm-hmm.
Make the all cross functional teams frontline, make them as a owners, because it is for them.
Yes, yes, yes. It's also, developing that intrinsic motivation in every employee to adopt these new technologies.
It's correct, correct. They should say, I want this because currently this is the problem.
Yes, yes, yes. Then there'll be high adoption rate
I
for
had a
sure.
high adoption rate.
Yes, sir. So, sir, moving on, what measurable benefits have organizations seen after adopting these technologies, and how do they impact the overall productivity?
Yeah. So you raised a very valid point, overall productivity. That is what I explained that refinery case, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the implied benefit. First benefit is like when you started from proactively addressing the challenges. So there will be a reduction in workplace incidents and accidents.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we're. Second is, since you are tracking them, particularly lone worker or confined place, by any untoward instance, there will be a faster emergency response when there is a man down, you're taking, or in case of evacuations, mustering. This plays very, very key role. See, sometimes in mustering, you will struggle whether all people came or not. Somebody may be still trapped there. How do you ensure that happened? Even so, this type of technologies avoid that type of things. When you do this, ultimately your safety indicators like zero LTIFR and all this will address and improve in your compliance, regulatory, brand value. Finally, that's what improved. It improves the way you've started doing the good practices. Slowly, it will improve your worker productivity, availability time. Then ultimately, even see, it is safety 4.1 not only related to man, right? Even machines, the predictive maintenance and all this. So, your equipment uptime will go, your productivity will go. Ultimately, it results in your benefits and operational excellence.
Right, sir. And also, like at the end of the year, you can send emails to show employees that how these technologies are helping them in the overall business, saving
Correct.
lives, everything.
And make them garland. See, that's what when we are doing this for safety GPT, we identified the guys. This is what his idea. We appreciated. Then they come up with so many ideas. Somebody says, "Sir, there is a safety latch issue where we're
Mm-hmm.
putting the alert. So can we build some solution?" So
Mm-hmm.
then they are coming right. Then
Yeah.
you will achieve the safety, real safety.
Right, right, right. Yes, totally agree, sir. So, finally, to our last question, for organizations considering implementation of Safety 4.0, what steps should they take to ensure a smooth and successful integration?
Yeah. Right. So I always believe that start very slowly and with small. So first you define what exactly you want, define your vision. Second, then you see where is the current stage,
Mm-hmm.
identify the gaps and all this. Then define a roadmap, involve your all the functional teams. You make a cross functional team, involve them in defining the use cases, and
Right.
take a very one quick wins. Don't go for a strategic long term. Quick wins, very simple. It maybe looks, it may be simple mobility application, or simply the way of your reporting a change. Just to, instead of he is going and typing, just make a some mobile or whatever, there is a multiple things, help
Right.
them to do his job. So start with the quick wins, then go for a strategic, and make a right business case while doing, so that you will get a right management commitment. Because here you need a strong management commitment. Second is acceptance by the users, end users. That is the two key things. So always I suggest step by step. Don't do the big bang.
Right. Right. Right.
Define, but you define your goals very very clearly, so you
Right.
know the
Right.
roadmap, where should I approach.
Correct.
So
Correct. This is very important, and you put it very nicely. Get the top management approval and also get acceptance from your customer. So combining this is
correct.
a great strategy, right? So thank you, sir, for sharing your insights on Safety 4.0 and its transformative role in enhancing workplace safety. The adoption of emerging technologies is certainly a game changer, and as we have discussed, it's crucial for organizations to stay ahead of the curve when it comes to safeguarding their employees. For our listeners, we hope today's discussion helps you better understand the future of workplace safety and how to embrace new technologies that are shaping it. If you found this episode valuable, be sure to share it with your network, and don't forget to subscribe for more insightful conversation on industrial safety and technology. Thank you for tuning in to Hack Club Podcast. Until next time, stay safe, keep innovating. Take care. Have a nice day. Bye bye.